Good morning. Welcome to Tennessee Valley this morning. I'm Nancy Kaysen. It's great to have you all with us today. Co-hosting with me is Alan Mincy from United Way.
Hi, everybody.
And I'm so glad to have Alan with me today because there's a lot of United Way information that we want to give you all today.
Sure.
We're going to do a little quick, let you know what's happening. I think when I drove in, it was 67 degrees.
Very nice outside.
Very, very nice. Which leads me to our segue into what Alan and I are wearing today. It's almost like football weather out there this morning, and so we have on our football jerseys. Of course, mine is orange, but Alan is going to represent our high schools today.
That's right, and this is the Walker Valley Mustangs. I don't know who number 77 is. Today, I'm number 77.
Right. Alan is number 77.
And we have 3 local high schools.
Yes, we do.
And we're going to show a little bit of team spirit on Tennessee Valley this morning by me wearing a different jersey after each break or so.
Right, because high school football starts Friday night.
And let's let everybody know that it starts tomorrow night for 2 of our local teams.
Okay.
We've got Polk County playing at Bradley tomorrow night.
Ooh, that'll be a game.
Oh yes, a good game. And we've got East Ridge playing the Mustangs.
Okay.
At the Corral at Walker Valley. Cleveland High School doesn't play Friday; they play Saturday. And they play at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. They play the big boys. They play Alcoa, which your team that you're wearing might have trouble beating Alcoa. I'm not sure.
I think you might be right this year.
But just think, though, Cleveland coming back to town Saturday night after they've beaten Alcoa.
That's right.
This whole town will be going crazy.
It will be. We'll be rocking.
We will be rocking.
We will be rocking.
So let's cheer for all 3 of our local teams. It's tough when they play each other because you gotta decide. But this weekend we're going to cheer for all 3, and let's hope we go 3-0.
Well, when Flavis and I first got married, I graduated from McMinn County High School. And so the first time he wanted to go to a Bradley football game, and they played McMinn. So he sat on the Bradley side, and I sat on the McMinn side. I'm better now, folks. I really am. I can cheer for you all, but that was 30 years ago.
Well, and strangely enough, your alma mater is playing my alma mater this Friday night in football, too. I believe it's McMinn Central, versus McMinn County.
And that's a big competition there in McMinn County. So it's time.
Go Chargers, go Chargers.
That's right. It's time. No, go Cherokees.
Okay.
It's time for football. So that's the reason Alan and I are trying to promote a little football today.
Exactly.
A couple of quick little things that are happening. September the 8th, Healthy Woman at First Baptist Church, sponsored by the Healthy Woman group from Sky Ridge Medical Center. Our keynote speaker is LaDonna Gatlin, and yes, she is a sister to the Gatlin brothers. The expo's at 4:30 to 6:30 with heavy hors d'oeuvres, and the speaker starts at 7 with lots of wonderful door prizes. Tickets are $15, and I have them at the Red Ribbon. I went Monday night to the Greater Cleveland Concert Band rehearsal. Oh, was I a little bit out of shape to be tooting a flute after 30 years, but I went, and I had a great time. So any of you that are interested in the Greater Cleveland Concert Band, they meet in the band room at Cleveland High School. The new people need to go at 6:30 so you can sign in and get your music, and the regulars need to be there at 6:45 now so that we can get tuned up and everything going. We have a wrestling match.
Yes, well, it's a wrestling event more than a match. TNE Professional Wrestling. It's called Aftermath, the storm after the storm, and it benefits the Red Cross, the American Red Cross, which is one of our United Way agencies.
Yes, they are.
I've got to throw United Way in there, guys.
Let's promote them. That's what we're here for today.
And this is coming up this Saturday, August the 20th, at the National Guard Armory out on Dalton Pike. Bell time is at 7 o'clock. Adults $9, children $5. They've got some wrestlers that will be there that I'm sure you followed for a long time, like Casey Cage and
no idea
and Pure Country Chris Silvers and the International Playboy Flavis Case. No, I'm sorry.
Oh,
the International Playboy. A couple of guys, Rob Conway and Eugene. And for anybody who is a wrestling fan, and I know we've got some in our community, they have actually appeared on WWE, which is the granddaddy of wrestling shows. It's the one that's on national TV. So that's coming up Saturday at 7 o'clock at the National Guard Armory to benefit the American Red Cross.
Absolutely, and go out and see them.
Yes.
Live wrestling is really very interesting. I saw a couple of matches in high school. We did them for fundraisers for different causes. Speaking of, the United Way we have our kickoff Tuesday, kickoff luncheon.
August 23rd at the Peerless Road Church of God of Prophecy. It's our kickoff to our campaign. Now we have companies that do early campaigns, pace setters and challenger firms, and we will be reporting their totals at the kickoff luncheon on Tuesday. Guest speaker, Chrissy Haslam, the governor's wife.
First Lady of Tennessee.
First Lady of Tennessee, and we're looking forward to hearing from her. It may be more interesting to hear the wife of the governor than it would be to hear the governor.
It might be. I'm not going there. I'm a big feminist, so I'm sure it will be.
But we've already sold a lot of tickets. You have to get a reserved ticket for the event. You can do so by calling us at the United Way office, 479-2020, 472-9876. They're $15, very economical, and we always have a good time.
Yes, it's wonderful.
It's always a great time. We have a lot of our agencies come to the luncheon. The Rotary Club and the Kiwanis Club of Cleveland are co-hosts.
This year?
Well, I just call them co-hosts.
Okay,
but
co-hosts.
with it being on a Tuesday, makes you think it's the Rotary Club.
Right.
But they're actually co-hosts. So we'll have a lot of those guys there, guys and girls, men and women will be there. And it's just a fun time. We always have fun at all of our United Way functions.
We do. And so to support United Way, come out. And speaking of supporting United Way, I'm hoping the voices in the hill can hear me. We have a little brief video from United Way that we would like to show you right now, if that's possible. Joe, is that possible for us to show that video right now from United Way?
Most of us in our community will never forget. 9 lives were lost, hundreds of homes were destroyed, and families were devastated. Our community rallied, individuals and groups helped those in need, and our service organizations stepped up and provided help, care, resources, and support for their neighbors. That is what United Way and our agencies do throughout the year. While many provided assistance to those affected by the late April tornadoes, our agencies are there to help year-round, all because of you.
Days before Christmas, we had a fire and our home was a total loss. The Red Cross responded tremendously. They came, they helped us out by providing us a place to stay for 3 nights. They gave my children toys. They gave us basically the basic essentials we needed to get through the fire, and we could not have made it without them.
There are over 220,000 cardiac deaths in the United States every year. Being a trained first aid responder, I was able to step in on Valentine's Day this year when we had a man collapse in our plant. I contacted EMS. I started CPR. We got the AED. We resuscitated the individual and provided him the necessary care. The cardiac chain of survival is what we call it. If you'd like to be part of the solution, contact the Red Cross. The Hiawassee chapter provides training in CPR, first aid, as well as a variety of other services. Be part of the solution.
I just want to thank them tremendously. You don't know how much it meant to my children, especially, to receive toys, because they had none. So I just want to say thank you, and anything that people can do to help the Red Cross or the United Way is a help, because it helps people like us who lose everything.
I'd like to thank the United Way. As an employee of Whirlpool working here in Cleveland, Tennessee, we have associates from all across the Tennessee Valley. Their families, their friends, their loved ones have been impacted by the myriad of agencies that are supported through your contribution to the United Way. I encourage you to support the United Way because it does stay here in the Tennessee Valley. Thank you.
When tornadoes hit our community in April, not only were homes and businesses struck, but 2 local schools also sustained heavy damages. Schools were closed and parents needed assistance. And they were able to receive it at the Boys and Girls Club of Cleveland, a place where they can find someone who cares all throughout the year.
Hi, my name is Mary Shin. I am from Cleveland, Tennessee, and I was recently named the 2011 Youth of the Year for the Boys and Girls Clubs of Cleveland. And we have many programs at the Boys and Girls Club. We have, for the little kids, we have education programs and the gym and dramas and plays going on. But they also have organized programs from the national corporation, such as Power Hour and Smart Moves and junior staff and all those things that incorporate daily life skills that they need to become productive citizens. The staff here are wonderful. They are so caring and nurturing. They know all of us by name. You walk in through the door and you see smiles on everyone's face, and they are literally like a second set of parents for many of the kids here, and probably for some of them they're the only set of parents because they are the guiding structure in so many of our lives. My younger brother Jay, he was born with cerebral palsy, and he is now 12 and is still unable to walk. And when he was younger, he attended the Signal Center, which just so happens to be funded by United Way. And United Way also funds the Boys and Girls Clubs of Cleveland, and from my understanding, they fund many organizations within Cleveland. And so I just want to show my gratitude and my appreciation to United Way. Thank you so much.
The tornadoes that struck our area were fierce, and though we had some warning, many people had no place to turn for shelter from the storm. But they were eventually able to get help from donations made by thousands of people in our community. Each year, we see families struck by unforeseen circumstances, by things out of their control and without warning, and they find help through a United Way agency.
So we found out about the Signal Center through Tennessee Early Intervention Services because of her failure to thrive and her being about 3 pounds smaller than her normal child her age. She qualified for services. And we came over and visited, and we just fell in love with the ladies and been here ever since. Her nasal passages were so constricted. You have 2 long tubes and that usually run back your nose. Hers are so extremely small that they had to go up and drill out her nasal passages to make them large enough for her to breathe through. She's been diagnosed with WON syndrome, and we're looking into more genetic testing to find out if there's more things going on in her brain. But she's doing great developmentally. She's a very happy baby. We feel very, very extremely blessed to have her, and we just take it day by day and see what the doctors want to do, huh? On behalf of our family, we just want to really thank United Way. It's done wonders to have Annabelle at the Signal Center and to give us time with our son alone, to give us time for our family to just get some things done that haven't happened in the last year, and to really have her here in a place where she's cared for and just loved.
Like with little Annabelle and her family and the Welch family, Mary Shin and others, a United Way agency was there to help because of you. We ask that you continue to help by making a donation to United Way today. As we have seen, we never know when we may be the victim of some unforeseen event. Thank you for helping your neighbors and giving to United Way.
And that was the United Way video for this year's campaign.
It was, and I want to say thank you to Lee University.
Yes, they always do a great job.
Ron Gilbert, Jeff Salyer, Lee Waller, Jonathan Douglas, Andrew Wolf. How's that? I got all 5 of their names in there.
I'm proud of you.
And they did a great job this year, so thanks to, and they do it for no cost. How about that?
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
That is wonderful. We do appreciate Lee every year for doing that. We have Dr. Erica Burk with us from Vocker. It starts with a W, but it's pronounced with a V, Vocker. So what we're going to do, Erica, we're going to take a real quick commercial break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about what's exciting new things are happening at Vocker, and there are some exciting new things. So we'll be right back. Don't go away.
How would you like to look and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Anti-Aging, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. He is a licensed physician with the Board of Anti-Aging Medicine, offering affordable Botox injections. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. In addition to Botox therapy, rejuvenate and smooth wrinkled skin. The micro-laser peel treats skin conditions associated with aging and active lifestyles. If you're looking for safe and affordable anti-aging treatment, call the Ford Center for Anti-Aging at 423-614-0535, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest.
I'm Byron Winters with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. Contact me for all of your business insurance needs. From general liability to workers' comp, commercial auto, and business umbrellas, Landmark Insurance has you covered.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television, Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m. or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
And we are back with Dr. Erica Burk from Vocker. And before we get started, I want to comment, I love your jewelry.
Oh, thank you.
That is just gorgeous.
This was done by a local artist, Nancy Zierenberg.
Yes.
I am a big fan of her work. I have many, many of her pieces.
She is so talented.
She
Such
is.
a great gal.
In fact, she sells her stuff at the museum.
At the museum, she
She's
certainly
great. You should have her on your show.
I should. I really should. If you're up, Nancy, and listening, I'm calling you to be on the show. A lot of exciting things are happening with Vocker.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I mean, we are really growing.
That's wonderful.
It's just amazing. We are probably about 130. You never know. Every day we have new people coming on board. So that number changes. And by the end of the year, we hope to have about 200 people on board.
Wow.
Yes. And most of them are local. And we've had a fantastic candidate pool. It's been amazing. The talent that we have in this community is just amazing.
That is wonderful for us locals to hear. We're always thrilled to hear that. Well, I had lunch with Jeff Zierenberg, who happens to also be with Vocker, and he told me, I told him that you were coming on, and he said, oh, we have so many exciting things going on, and he was just, he was really excited about it. So, great article in yesterday's Chattanooga Times Free Press. And y'all can't see it, but there's a wonderful picture of Erica with in her hard hat. So, you know, the paper takes pictures sometimes when we aren't expecting that picture. But I did bring this. I didn't know whether you needed an extra copy of it or not, but that's a great article. And it talks about what's going on with your training. So, so what do we have happening now?
Well, we have a couple of different things going on with Chattanooga State. We have our first lead chemical operators that we hired. The first 70 are on board now, and they are training at Chattanooga State, and they're going through their 6-month training, and after that 6-month training, they're going to go to Germany for 6 months. So,
I think that's exciting.
And so they started a couple of weeks ago, and things are going very well. If you go to Chattanooga State, you'll see them walking around in team wear and Vocker backpacks, and it's quite exciting. We also have another group of students who are the students who are in the Vocker Institute for the Chemical Operator programs and the Mech Tech and E&I Tech, which are more of our maintenance group. And these are students who are students at the college and who we will be hiring into positions when they finish their program.
Okay, a lead chemical engineer. Now, does that mean you have to be a chemist to do that job?
No, and actually they're lead chemical operators. The idea behind that is that they would eventually go into the different supervisory positions that we have in the plant. The prerequisite, so to speak, to be able to get into that type of a role is to have experience. And preferably, obviously, a manufacturing, preferably chemical, if you have it. And supervisory experience was very important. So that group of people we hired directly because of their experience, and we're training. It's a different type of program than the chemical operator program because it is much, how can I say, it's focused more on the leadership aspects, but it's also starts at maybe a more advanced level because most of the people who are going into the chemical operator are either completely changing fields or are new students right out of high school who are going into get their associate's degree.
So you had a great field of people to pick from for your lead people.
We did.
And that's wonderful to know.
We had thousands and thousands of applications.
Wow.
I mean, over 4,000 applications.
Golly.
And so, and we read every single one of them at least once, most of them twice and 3 times.
Heart.
So, and it was very difficult to sort that down. And then those who went through the selection process went to a 7-hour assessment center at Cleveland State Community College, and they did a fantastic job. We really enjoy partnering with them as well. And then they went to an interview that was more behavioral based. It was to see how they would fit in the team, and then they were made the offer.
Wow! And the article that was in the Chattanooga Times, I think it was 130. Is that how many you had?
Yeah, we have we have about 130 employees now on board, and that's
okay.
including engineers, that's including HR, that's including procurement and logistics, and our lead chemical operators. We have about 70 lead chemical operators on board.
Very good.
What is your eventual number of employees?
650
Great.
is what we're looking at.
Now, right now, if anybody drives down, I think it's Old Lower River Road, I'm not sure what it is. It goes in front of Olin and Arch. As you're going from my house, which you have no idea where that is, but if you look to the right, then you see all of this huge field of dirt moving, and Erica said you now have a couple of trailers out there.
We do. We have a trailer park kind of, or a container village is what we kind of call it. And quite a few people are starting to move into that. So it will seat about 300 people when all is done. And so that's quite exciting.
Yes, it is.
That's quite exciting. There's quite a bit of movement there. I mean, we're pouring concrete already. We're working on the first buildings, and so I mean every week it looks completely different.
Well, that's what we call our shortcut from our house to get north. We go that way, and every time I pass, there's more dirt that's been moved. It's a large piece of property that you all have there.
And I would use the road from Mouse Creek over to Old Lower River Road to shortcut to Arch or to Olin. And I guess that road is now inaccessible.
Yes, that is
correct. I would always see that house that was on the left.
The
as
right
I was
house?
Yes.
That's a beautiful house. We use that house as offices and so on.
That's what I understand.
So will that house remain?
As far as I know, the plans are to keep that house, as long as we possibly can, and I hope that it will stay there forever. I'd love to have HR move into that house.
That would be nice.
Not going to be in the building, but
that'd be really nice.
One can wish.
I will tell Erica this, and on live television, Vocker coming to our community has been, we know, a tremendous asset. But you all have been so wonderful to just involve yourself in the community. Jeff Zurenberg, who works with you at Vocker, is on the United Way board.
He is.
I'm trying to get Amanda on the Junior Achievement Board. They're very involved. They're members of the Chamber. They're members of Main Street. Very involved in the community and very open and receptive. If you saw Erica on the street and wanted to stop and talk to her for just a minute about Vocker, I promise you she would stop and talk to you.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely amazing, and I cannot say, and don't anybody get mad at me out there, but I cannot say that every industry that comes into Bradley County has been as wonderful as you all are.
Well, thank you.
I'm just so impressed at the
Nancy,
openness.
Speaking of Erica, you mentioned that she came in this morning for this television
yes,
program.
Yes, thank you. For those of you that I have asked to be on the show who say 6:30 is too early, Erica lives on Signal Mountain in Chattanooga. I got here at 6 o'clock this morning. She was here at 6:05. So I will no longer take those excuses. But Vocker is an exciting situation coming here. Now tell us what, everybody says, oh, they make solar panels. Well, that's kind of sort of what you do.
Well, we don't make solar panels,
right,
but we make the hyperpure polysilicon, which is the key or basic ingredient that goes into solar panels. Yeah. So if you see that black sheet of what it is polysilicon in a solar panel, that's what we make. But we make truly like the raw material, and we make it extremely pure, and then we sell it to the businesses that melt it down and cut it into the sheets that go into the solar panels.
And it's my understanding that you all are already sold, your orders are already sold through 2014?
That is correct. And that means all of our plants. This is our 11th plant. So, I mean, we have, it is quite the industry, and we're very proud of it, and I hope it continues to sell like it does right now.
Oh, yes. Yep. I mean, we really do, because we're cheering you on here in Cleveland, Bradley County. And I think this is great. Now, are there new hires, new people that can apply? Or
Absolutely.
Okay.
We're always accepting resumes. We ask you all to go to www.bacher.com and check out our career site and apply directly there. Set up a profile. Your profile, in your profile, you can actually click a button where it will notify you for jobs that are posted that fit your background. Although we do suggest that you always look and see, we're posting different jobs every week. My team has grown quite a bit. Initially, we had Jeff Zierenberg on my team, and now we have 2 other generalists on the team, as well as Virgie, who is our how can I say it, like our fundamen, that's probably the wrong word, but she is the HR admin, and she takes care of all of us, so she's fantastic. So we're a team of 5 right now and growing. Also have an HR position posted there as well. So we're all working feverishly to read every application, and we've had, I mean, altogether probably upwards towards 10,000 applications.
Wow.
So we have read every application, or we're in the process of reading every application. So if you haven't heard from us, we're still working on it. Please be patient, but we are posting more and more jobs every day, so please check out our website, please apply. If you're interested in becoming a chemical operator, we ask that you check out also Chattanooga State's website, and there you will find out more information on how to join the program. I think it's a great idea for anyone who's coming right out of high school, or anyone who wants to do a career change and would be interested in working for Vocker. You know, chemical operators with their shift differential and planned overtime making the 50s. So
wow,
I think it would be worth looking at.
Absolutely. My son is going to have a PhD in something, but I don't think it's good. I need to steer him toward Vocker. I think he can make more money. He teaches at MTSU. But I think this is such a wonderful opportunity for our town. I had a gentleman in the Red Ribbon day before yesterday. They've just moved here, and his wife is a doctor, and so right now I said, besides renovating the house they bought, what are you going to do? And he said, well, I don't know. And I said, well, go online and check out Vocker and see if there might be something there. He's in sales. I said, but just go check him out and see. So I'm trying to steer a lot of people to your website to look and see if there's anything that they might be interested or qualified to do.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, you're welcome. I figure after all Vocker has done for our community, the least the community can do is to turn around and work with you all, because this is such a wonderful opportunity for Cleveland, Bradley County.
What is the time frame for actually having a product come out of?
The time frame for production is 3rd quarter 2013.
Okay.
So I mean that's when we hope to be completely up and running and functional.
Great.
I hope.
That's wonderful. You hope. Well, you know, construction
takes time.
Has a lot to do with the weather too, and this and that. So, and I'm sure the guys out there at the site right now wish it would rain a little bit. Now, we had a lot of rain for the groundbreaking, And we weren't sure we were going to have, you know, we were thinking, how are we going to trek through all this mud to the groundbreaking? But it was okay. In fact, it was a wonderful groundbreaking. And the Voices of Lee sang Rocky Top, which I thought was just wonderful. It was
amazing.
It was a wonderful groundbreaking, and just such a celebration.
Yes.
Such a celebration. And so, you know, we are here in East Tennessee. We are kind of subject to the weather sometimes, but it'd be great to see y'all up and going. Oh, yes. But I'm excited about what's happening now. And Erica, thank you so much for getting up early this morning, driving from the mountain down and coming in. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
The traffic is better this early in the morning.
It actually was. It was very clear.
No one was out there. And again, thank you all so much for the way you have jumped right into the community and become part of us. I think that makes Vacher even more special.
And we thank the community for its warm reception as well. We just feel very much at home, and our expats feel very much at home, and the company itself has had just the most amazing reception. So we're very appreciative.
Because you're ours now.
And I know your neighbors at Walker Valley are happy.
Walker Valley's thrilled to death with you. That's exactly right. Dr. Erica Burk with Vacher. And if you're interested, go to their website, www.vacher.com, and check out the jobs that are available. Submit your resume. Erica will read it.
I will.
And she will. You know, if Erica says she's going to do something, she will do it. So be sure you check out Vacher, and great job opportunities for a lot of people in this area. Erica, again, thank you so much, and I do love your necklace, and I am going to call Nancy and see if I can get her on the show. We're going to take a little commercial break, and we'll be right back with Judy Baker from the Storytellers Guild.
I'm Kathy Guy with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. Call us today for all your personal insurance needs. With 28 years in the insurance business, I have the solutions and pricing you are looking for. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television, Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m. or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
How would you like to look and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Anti-Aging, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. He is a licensed physician with the Board of Anti-Aging Medicine, offering affordable Botox injections. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. In addition to Botox therapy, rejuvenate and smooth wrinkled skin. The micro laser peel treats skin conditions associated with aging and active lifestyles. If you're looking for safe and affordable anti-aging treatment, call the Ford Center for Anti-Aging at 423-614-0535, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest.
Welcome back. We just finished our interview with Dr. Erica Burk of Vacher, and we have with us Judy Baker from the Cleveland Storytelling Guild, and they have a lot of exciting things happening. But first of all, Judy, just give us a little briefly, what is the Storytelling Guild?
The Storytelling Guild is open to anybody that loves a good story. You don't have to be wanting to stand up in front of a lot of people and tell a story,
although Judy will.
Although that's fine. But we want people to know more about the art of the oral tradition. With video games and movies and Xboxes and all this stuff out there, people are forgetting to use their imagination.
That's right.
And we're finding more and more children, they're not even familiar with the old-time fairy tales.
We grew up on them, but yeah.
It's crazy, but the listening to a story, whether you're 8 or 80, you use your imagination, you use all your faculties, and a good storyteller will put you in the middle of the story.
Yes, they will, and they're so enjoyable
to
watch and to listen to. And listening is a lost skill. Exactly.
To be a storyteller, you first got to be a good listener.
That's right.
But the storytelling can have on an audience, if you've ever been to Jonesboro, Tennessee for the National Festival, and you're inside one of those huge, they're circus tents, they're huge, and there's over 1,000 people sitting in those chairs listening to Donald Davis or one of the other tellers, you could hear a pin drop. If it was on a real floor. You could literally hear a pin drop. And it's just a revival all over the country, all over the world, and we like to be so proud of our little part of it down here in Lower East Tennessee.
And you all meet at the library.
In the new community room on the second Tuesday of the month. Stories begin at 7. We always, always, always begin with a brief announcement if anything important's coming up. And then we launch right into stories, and we'll tell stories straight through for about an hour and 15 minutes. Sometimes some of our tellers are working on a story, and if it's a new story and they'll say, ooh, I'm working on this, I need some help, people can see how we coach.
Oh, neat.
And can see it's really a safe environment. If you wanted to come in and tell a story, we're not going to say, ooh, that's the awfulest thing I ever heard in my whole life. We're always going to say, would you like compliments? Of course you're going to say, sure. And we'll say, oh, I loved this part, I loved that part. And then it's your choice as to how much further you go after that. Do you want us to ask questions? Well, yeah, I wasn't real sure about this part. And then you can say, oh, yeah, you know I wasn't either.
And it's a friendly atmosphere.
It's a friendly atmosphere, non-threatening.
And the public is invited.
Come on in.
And it's at 7 o'clock, the
second Tuesday.
Second Tuesday, I'm sorry folks. Second Tuesday, Community Center at the library. One thing I neglected to say, I got so excited about Judy being here because Judy's a dear friend. She works on the Allied Arts Council with me, and they go into the schools. But Alan is right now a Bradley Bear.
Yes.
So he is number 98, whoever you are. Alan
Go Bears.
That's right, Go Bears. And they play Polk County Friday night.
Right.
At home.
Beat Polk County, please.
Yes, yes.
Because they always beat my alma mater. And I love Polk County, too.
But Judy, I mean, we've also talked about the United Way today, and the Storytellers Guild has a project coming up that will benefit the Disaster Relief Fund, which United Way is actually handling the fund. So tell us what's happening.
Back a couple of weeks after the storms in April, we had a meeting and everybody had a storm story. They were out working in the community or had somebody that lost something, and we thought, we want to do something for the community, just not right now, maybe a little later on. So we got together, did some brainstorming, and this wonderful name came up, Blue Tarp Special.
And I love it. I think that is fantastic. Blue Tarp Special.
The Blue Tarp Special. It will be Thursday evening, the 8th of September. I know there's other things going on, but it was an open evening. It's going to be in conjunction with the Farmers Market in First Street Square.
Right.
Stories and music. We'll have some traditional music, some bluegrass music, all kinds of stories. It's going to be a laid-back, relaxed evening. Come out, do some shopping. Come and hang out and listen to some stories. Bring your lawn chair. We'll have music, stories, and we're soliciting monetary donations to go to the United Way. They've agreed to be the dispersing agent for any funds to help with the relief effort. They know where it's most needed. We don't. And they've agreed to come alongside, and we want all kinds of people to come out. Even if you can just come in for 5 or 10 minutes, that's fine, as long as you drop a little money in the bucket.
Absolutely. And it's a wonderful atmosphere out there at the farmers market.
It's going
and
to be.
I go every Thursday, and rain or shine, I've been down there and gotten great peaches, and I got Flavor some McMinn cantaloupe the other day, and he was excited to death about that because he hadn't had one all year. And it's just a great place to be. And September the 8th.
September the 8th on Thursday.
And the Red Ribbon will be open down there then. We're going to open hopefully the 1st of September. And the Cleveland Billiard Club, Chattanooga Billiard Club, which is in Cleveland now, will be open. So there's going to be a lot of things to do. So people need to come down there. And I think Tammy will probably have Sifted still open at that time before that. So Blue Tarp Special. I think that's wonderful because how many blue tarps did we see?
That's one reason we gave it the name. And then we're hoping to make this an annual event. And until the needs are met, it'll be for the relief effort. And then in the future, hopefully we can come alongside other United Way agencies or Habitat or somebody that needs a little help. It's a fun evening. It's going to be relaxed. Bring a lawn chair so you can stay longer.
I think it's going to be a great event. And let me tell you about the Cleveland Storytellers Guild. They're also a member of the Allied Arts, which is the council of the Chamber of Commerce, and they are available for storytelling.
Most certainly, most certainly.
And what you need to do is contact them. Judy will give you a number in just a minute where you can contact her. You can book them for anything. Luncheons. I've been at a couple of luncheons where they've told stories. Really big during Halloween. I'm going to have Judy back on, and she'll tell us some Halloween stories, and then Thanksgiving and Christmas, because they have some wonderful stories for that. But they have some great Appalachian stories for just every day, and they can. And you have, how many storytellers do you all have?
We'll have between 20 and 30 at any time. Not everybody, like I say, not everybody wants to get up and travel around and tell stories. Some of them are comfortable telling within the guild meetings, but no, I don't think I'm willing to go to that next level yet. And that's fine. That's wonderful. We will go into schools. We will go to churches. Just give me a call, 479-7887, and I'd be happy to get you in contact with a teller that would meet your needs, because there's 31 flavors at Baskin-Robbins. Every one of us tells a different type of story. I love the Appalachian stories. We have a teller that does beautiful ballads and has this wonderful singing voice. We've got more events coming up, fall and winter. We have Telebration. We have 2 Telebration events. Both will be at the library on Thursday, November the 10th at 7, again in the community room. The library has been so gracious in opening their doors back to us. We started at the library in excess of 20 years ago.
Wow.
And outgrew the space. We got so big, we absolutely outgrew the space they had us in. Cleveland State said, well, come on over here. Dr. Height became one of our biggest cheerleaders, one of our biggest fans, and we love Cleveland State for all they've meant to us. But when the library opened up the beautiful community room, and
they built that just for y'all, didn't they?
They did.
They
knew we were coming back. Beautiful facility. If you haven't been to the library, shame on you.
That's right. It is gorgeous.
And said, come on back. And so we're back home. It's been a wonderful fit. We'll have one celebration on Thursday, November the 10th, the second one on Sunday afternoon. We have a lot of people who say, I can't get out at night.
Yes, and I understand that because we do have the time change by then. It is dark.
It is darker, and we may have some rain or something, but on Sunday, November the 13th at 2. There may be the same tellers, but there won't be the same stories. So you can come Thursday night and Sunday afternoon. Even if the same people up there, you're going to hear different stories both times.
And one thing I love about this is the people that come in for Telebration, Judy tries to get them into our schools.
That's for Ocoee Story Fest.
I'm sorry, Ocoee Story Fest. But the storytellers come into our schools through grants from the Allied Arts, from Cherry's Jubilee, and I think you all are lined up for some things for this coming school year.
Elizabeth Rose, we've just worked out the final details with her. She is originally from Etowah, grew up in the Etowah area, now lives in the Harriman-Kingston area, is a school principal. Wonderful storyteller. She's coming back. This will be, I think, the 3rd time we've had her over the years, because this will be our 17th.
Wow.
Ocoee Story Fest. We are, outside of Jonesboro, one of the longest running continual storytelling festivals dedicated only to storytelling in the state that I'm aware of. She will be going into 6 schools through help from Arts and Education. Allied Arts, Cherries Jubilee. Come to Cherries next April.
That's
so
right.
we can get more people in more schools.
That's right. We gave them $20,000 this year, and hopefully we can give them more next year.
Hopefully, and a little bitty piece of that is going to get Elizabeth into 6 local schools. Through the years, every Bradley County school has been served by a storyteller at one time or another through efforts of the Storytelling Guild, and for the last 6 years or so through Allied Arts and Arts and Ed.
I had an elementary principal, and I don't know whether you know him or not, Prof. Powers from Athens, used to tell the Jack Tales. And I remember that more than I remember 2 + 2 is 4. You know, I remember the Jack Tales. I even bought the Jack Tales book, you know, when I was about 19, 20 years old, so that I could read them to my son. And but Prof was just wonderful. So the storytelling is marvelous.
It's wonderful. It's the old tradition. The stories, those Jack Tales, are actually handed down for years, for generations, that came actually across the water.
Right.
When the Scots-Irish came.
Is Nancy one of your storytellers?
No.
She needs to be.
She sure does need to be.
I can tell stories, but I'm afraid that's not what they
not those kind of stories.
All right, Judy, give them a phone number one more time so they can reach you.
Call me at 479-7887, or you can email me at tell1, that's TELLONE, at bellsouth.net, or through the website, www.tn, that's tntellers.org. You can also contact our web contact through there, and they will also direct you to a storyteller.
And folks, this is a marvelous opportunity. If you have a luncheon or you're having a business meeting or something that you want a little bit of a relaxing atmosphere to, these storytellers are great. I mean, they absolutely are. So you need to call Judy and book these storytellers, or you need to go to Telebration. You need to support this Storytelling Guild, because they are a tremendous asset for Cleveland and Bradley County. And I will have Judy back on to tell a spooky story for Halloween, and hopefully you have something nice, a nice Appalachian for Thanksgiving. And then again, I know she has some great Christmas stories. The only thing I ask for Judy, when she comes out, don't tell stories that make me cry.
I don't like to tell stories that make people cry.
I know, but sometimes they're really soft-hearted stories and I cry.
Make you smile.
But
I'd rather do that.
That's right. One more time, that phone number.
479-7887.
Judy, thank you so much for being on with us today. And everybody, remember, September the 8th, Blue Tarp Special at the First Street Square. Come buy produce and listen to some great stories being told, and bring a couple of dollars with you to drop in the kitty to go toward the Tornado Relief Fund. Thank you, Judy.
Thanks.
Great.
Thanks so much.
Appreciate it. We're going to take a little short commercial break, and I understand that Byron Winters from Landmark Insurance and Brokerage is here. So we'll be right back.
Go Bears.
Go Bears.
Go Bears.
Go Bears.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge Chrysler and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
How would you like to look and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Anti-Aging, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. He is a licensed physician with the Board of Anti-Aging Medicine, offering affordable Botox injections. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. In addition to Botox therapy, rejuvenate and smooth wrinkled skin. The micro laser peel treats skin conditions associated with aging and active lifestyles. If you're looking for safe and affordable anti-aging treatment, call the Ford Center for Anti-Aging at 423-614-0535, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television. Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m., or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
And we are back. Good morning, folks. And Landmark Insurance, we've got you covered.
We've got you covered, Nancy.
Byron Winters from Landmark Insurance and Brokerage. I love it. We're so glad to have Byron on with us. And you just saw their commercial. That was Wes Robbins that was on the commercial. So, first of all, tell us where you're located.
We're located on Stewart Road, across from the YMCA and what longtime Cleveland residents probably know as the old Coppinger Building.
Very good. I know I found out when I came to Cleveland that directions are given by what they used to be. Because when I direct people now to the Red Ribbon, where I currently am, but I'm not going to be much longer, I always say next to the old YMCA. And, you know, that's amazing to me.
We're by the new YMCA, you're by the old YMCA.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Where are you moving, Nancy?
I'm moving down to the First Street Square, 5 Points, next to Catch Restaurant. And we're going to talk about that another week, folks, because I'm doing nothing but packing boxes right now. But we need to talk about insurance today.
Let's talk about it.
So, Byron, what would you like to talk about today?
Well, Nancy, we've been talking a lot about homeowners insurance.
Yes, we have. And you had some nice answers for some people that sat in that chair where Alan is today, wearing a Cleveland Raider jersey.
Go Raiders.
Number 73. So, see, we are really supporting our high school football teams today. But I know that Cheryl Dunson went out and called her insurance agent to be sure she had enough coverage. Kevin Brooks went out and called his insurance agent to be sure he was covered with liability. So, see, you have actually educated a lot of people. So, tell us what we're going to talk about today. We're going to educate some more of you folks.
There's a special type of homeowners policy called a condo policy. So there's probably a lot of folks watching, and certainly maybe some folks up here that didn't know there's a special type of homeowners policy for condo owners.
And that's different from a renter's
That is different
insurance.
from a renter's.
Okay.
It's different from regular homeowners. Condo owners are in a unique living situation. They find themselves sharing roofs, some common walls, some breezeways, some hallways, maybe some amenities, pools, volleyball courts, and things like that. So they need to make sure that they've read the Condo Owners Association's documents and make sure they know what type of policy the association has. Because number one, some folks might say, well, our Condo Owners Association has a policy. I don't need a policy. I'm covered.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of Condo Owners Association policies, their master policy, may not cover the interior of a condo. It may cover the roofs, it may cover walls, it may cover some of the amenities, but it may not cover the inside, the contents, so they need a special type of insurance policy to meet their needs.
Okay, my son owns a condo in downtown Nashville. So what I need to do is to have him check to see what his insurance, because I'm not sure whether he has homeowners since he owns the condo, or I know he doesn't have renters. We've already talked about that. We went through renters the whole time he was in college, you know, moving around. We had renters insurance, but I need to check with him. Now, on condo insurance, I have a swimming pool there that I can use. I may have a tennis court. I may have a volleyball area. I may have liability there. Whose is that?
Well, the Condo Owners Association policy probably has some liability coverage. But what your son needs to check, as one of the owners of the condos, he's privy to the documents. He can go to the office or the association and say, hey, I want to see the documentation on our insurance, and I want to see our agreement here as the owners. And he needs to check several things. Number one, he needs to check the deductible, because if it's a high deductible, $25,000, $50,000 sometimes, maybe not that high, but it could be.
Yeah.
Then, depending on the type of policy it is, the condo owners themselves may be assessed their part of that deductible in the event of a claim.
We had that problem with the flooding in Nashville.
So if it's a $50,000 deductible and there's a $30,000 claim, and there's 100 condo owners, just some easy math, it's $300.
Right.
He probably won't have to go, you know, refinance his car or
right.
go to title loan.
His was $1,200.
Okay.
And they broke it into 3 monthly payments for everyone there.
Okay.
He actually, the floodwater did not get into his condo, did soak the underneath to the point that, because it stayed, you know, floodwater stayed in Nashville for several days,
Sure.
to the point that it had to be dried out and, you know, mildew proofed and everything else that went along with it. Now he's in a, there's probably 20 condos in his, so they divided by 20.
Okay.
And that helped.
That can add up on a big claim, though. So
It can.
Back to your question about liability now. If he has a pool there and little Billy's swimming, Billy has an accident and drowns, Billy's mom and dad sue the association and they win. Let's just say they win. And the maximum liability, the limit of the liability policy is $2 million. And let's say they sued for $5 million. There's a $3 million gap. The insurance cuts off at $2 million. Guess who's responsible for the other $3 million?
Ooh.
Wow. The condo owners. Can be. Depends on the policy and how it's written and everything, but he can look at that. And if, number one, if they don't have insurance, then they're up a creek without a paddle. If they do have insurance, it needs to be the right type of insurance and it needs to have loss assessment. If it has loss assessment, he's okay. But imagine if he doesn't, or he doesn't have insurance at all, $3 million divided by 100, I won't do the math on 20, 100, that's $30,000. Not a lot of people have $30,000.
Renter's insurance is not going to cover that.
Not going to cover it.
So you need condo insurance.
Condo.
And we have a lot of condos going up in Cleveland now, which I think is great, because one of these days when I get older, I may want to leave the river and come into town, and if I do, I probably want a condo.
Call me, Nancy.
I will, because I probably do not want to mow my yard or clean my own pool or do this and that and the other. So condo insurance is important for those condo owners we have in town right now.
Now, technically, there's still a type of homeowners insurance.
Right.
There's different types of homeowners insurance.
So if you are a
one.
condo owner, you need to call Byron Winters at Landmark and be sure that you are covered the way you need to be covered as a condo owner. Now, are you from Cleveland, Byron?
I've adopted Cleveland as my hometown,
Okay.
but I didn't grow up in Cleveland.
Okay,
I grew up in Florida.
So you have no preference Friday night in the football games or Saturday afternoon?
You know, I don't really have a preference. I have some cousins.
High school.
One cousin now at Cleveland. So, you know, maybe for him it'd be nice if the Raiders won, but if Bradley wins and you're a Bradley fan, I am too.
They're playing, and I've come around, folks. Now, I will sit on the Bradley side now. I used to not because I went to McMahon. And so Joe is telling us that we're almost out of time, Byron. Can you believe that?
Almost
when you
out
come
of
on,
time.
we just have such a big time, and we just run right through it and have such a big time. But Alan, thank you for being on with me today.
And wearing my shirts?
Yes, Walker Valley.
Walker Valley
Plays this weekend. Bradley plays Friday night.
Eastridge at Walker Valley, Polk County at Bradley Friday night. Cleveland at Alcoa Saturday afternoon at 5.
Right.
And don't forget, coming up November 5th, it's MTSU at the University of Tennessee.
Right, and my son teaches at MTSU, and I'm a graduate of the University of Tennessee, so we'll see what happens. And
Go Raiders.
Byron has all kinds of information for you on insurance. And even if they don't carry your insurance, give Byron a call if you have questions, because he'll be glad to help you. Phone number?
478-3872.
And they're out across from the new YMCA on Stewart Road. And great guys, great guys. My air conditioning went out because somebody hit my unit. I was without air for 2 or 3 days, but they handled it. It was an insurance claim, and my air conditioning's wonderful. And y'all are great guys. I really can't tell you how much I appreciated that.
What is your name again?
I'm Nancy Kaysen.
You have a sign?
I have a sign. Byron used to call me Dan.
I might have called Nancy Dan once
Yeah, he
or
did. He
twice.
called me Dan. Folks, it's been great being with you all this morning. Thanks, Byron. Thanks, Alan. Go teams. And I'll see you next Thursday. Thanks so much.